Oh, my dear, if only I had known sooner. Every Christmas day for 25 years, my husband, Robert, would vanish like a ghost in the snow, leaving me alone with the twinkling lights and the cold echo of carols on the radio. I'd wake to an empty bed, his side still warm, and he'd return at dusk, smelling of pine and secrets, with some flimsy excuse about helping an old friend. I believed him at first. Oh, how I believed. But one bitter Christmas, when the frost bit deep into my bones, I slipped on my coat, followed his footprints through the woods, and uncovered a truth that shattered my world like a fragile ornament hitting the floor. What I found wasn't just betrayal. It was a whole other life he'd built without me. Stay with me, child, because this isn't just a tale of heartbreak. It's how I reclaimed my soul from the ashes of a lie. I remember that morning so clearly. The way the kitchen smelled of cinnamon from the rolls I'd baked the night before, hoping this year would be different. At 68, my hands ached from years of scrubbing, cooking, and mending, but I still rose at dawn to make our home feel like a haven. The snow had blanketed our little house in Vermont, turning the world into a silent white canvas. I'd shuffle across the cold wooden floors in my worn slippers, the kind with the fuzzy lining that Robert had bought me one anniversary, back when his gifts felt like love instead of obligations. I'd light the fire in the hearth, the crackle of logs filling the quiet, and set the table with our best china, the plates with the gold rim that I'd inherited from my mother. Coffee brewing, its bitter steam rising like a prayer. I'd wait for him to stir. But he never did on Christmas. By 8, his truck would be gone, tires crunching over the driveway, leaving me to unwrap gifts alone, the paper crinkling under my fingers like accusations. Those daily rituals were my anchor, you see. Folding laundry in the afternoons, the fresh scent of detergent mingling with the lavender sachets I tucked into drawers. Gardening in spring, my knees sinking into the soft earth as I planted tulips that bloomed like forgotten promises. Even in winter, I'd bundle up and tend to the bird feeder, watching cardinals peck its seeds against the gray sky, their red feathers a splash of color in my monochrome days. I did it all for us, for the family we'd built, for the illusion of togetherness. Robert worked long hours at the mill, coming home with sawdust in his hair and calluses on his palms, but I was the one who kept the hearth warm, the meals hot, the secrets buried. I'd sacrifice my dreams of traveling, of maybe opening a little bakery in town, to raise our 2 children, Emily and Jack, and to stand by him through lean times. Money was tight, but I'd scrimp on my own clothes to buy him that new toolbox or the kids their school supplies. And every Christmas, I'd smile through the loneliness, telling myself it was just his way, that tomorrow would bring explanations. Tomorrow. He always said tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. Looking back, the signs were there, woven into our life like thorns in a rosebush. In the early years after we married in 78, Christmases were magical. We'd decorate the tree together, the pine needles pricking our fingers as we hung ornaments, each one a memory, like the glass star from our honeymoon in Boston. Robert would lift me to place it on top, his hands strong around my waist, whispering, "Merry Christmas, Eleanor, my love." But as the kids grew, something shifted. He'd slip away earlier each year, his excuses thinner. Gotta check on the neighbor's fence, or old buddy from the army needs a hand. I'd nod, heart twisting, and spend the day with Emily and Jack, unwrapping toys under the tree, their laughter filling the void. But even then I felt it, the growing distance, like a crack in the ice spreading underfoot. By the time the children left home, Emily to college in New York, Jack to a job in Chicago, the disappearances felt like betrayals carved deeper each year. I'd call him, but his phone would go to voicemail, that cheerful recording mocking me. "This is Robert, leave a message." One year, I found a receipt in his coat pocket for a necklace I never received. Pearls, elegant and expensive, tucked away like a guilty secret. "Who was that for?" I'd ask when he returned, his face flushed from the cold, or was it shame? "Just a gift for you, Han." But I returned it, he'd lie, his eyes avoiding mine. The manipulation crept in slowly, like frost on a window pane. "You're imagining things, Ellie," he'd say, gaslighting me with that soft drawl. "I love you. Why can't you trust me?" and I'd swallow my doubts, because what was I without him? A widow in all but name, rattling around an empty house. The entitlement grew, too. He'd take money from our joint account without asking. Small amounts at first, then more. For the truck repairs, he'd claim, but the truck ran fine. Our in-laws noticed. His sister once pulled me aside at a family gathering, whispering, "Robert's always been secretive, but you deserve better." But I defended him, my loyalty a shield against the truth. Loneliness became my companion, heavier than the quilts I sewed by lamplight. I'd sit by the window on those Christmas afternoons, watching snowflakes dance, feeling the chill seep into my soul. The house, once full of warmth, echoed with silence. The tick of the grandfather clock, the hum of the fridge, reminders of time slipping away unappreciated. Then came that turning point, Christmas 2025. I was 68, my arthritis flaring, but something inside me snapped like a brittle branch. Enough, I thought. Enough sacrifices unreturned. Enough love poured into a bottomless well. My inner voice, long silenced, grew clear. You are more than this shadow, Eleanor. You have given your youth, your dreams. Now take back your power. That morning, as his truck rumbled away, I didn't cry. I dressed warmly, grabbed the keys to my old sedan, and followed. The roads were slick with ice, but I drove steadily, heart pounding like a drum. His tracks led through the woods to a cabin I'd never known about, a cozy place with smoke curling from a chimney, lights glowing warmly. I parked out of sight and crept closer, the snow crunching under my boots. Through the window I saw it. Robert, laughing with a woman half my age, her hair like spun gold. 2 children, his children, clustered around a tree, opening gifts. A necklace of pearls gleamed at her throat. The betrayal hit like a blizzard, blinding and furious. He'd built another family, another life, funded by our savings, our home. All those Christmases, he'd chosen them over me. The pain was a knife, twisting deep, but beneath it a calm resolve bloomed. No more. That evening, when he returned home, smelling of her perfume masked by pine, I was ready. I'd packed his things quietly, clothes in suitcases by the door, the deed to the house transferred to my name alone, our accounts separated with the help of a lawyer I'd called weeks before, sensing the storm. I'd changed the locks, too, a new key dangling from my neck like a talisman of control. He banged on the door, his voice rising. "Ellie, open up? What the hell is this? You're overreacting. It's not what you think." Gaslighting again, blame shifting like always. I did it for us, for extra money. Don't throw away our life. I opened the door a crack, my voice steady, cold as the winter wind. Our life? You mean the one you abandoned every Christmas? The one where I waited, sacrificed, believed? No more, Robert. Go back to your other family. This door is closed. His face crumpled. Anger, then panic, then begging. "Please, Ellie, we can fix this. I love you." But his words were hollow, like the broken bowl I'd swept up that morning, shards of a relationship irreparable. He left, tires spinning in the snow, and I closed the door on 40 years of lies. Peace came slowly, like dawn after a long night. I sat by the fire, the flames dancing shadows on the walls, and felt the weight lift. The house was mine now, independent, unshared. In the days that followed, I rediscovered myself. Walks by the frozen lake, waves lapping at the shore like gentle applause, planting new flowers in spring, their blooms a symbol of renewal. An empty chair at the table, no longer a void, but a space for my own dreams. I traveled to Boston alone, felt the ocean breeze on my face, and whispered to the waves, "I am free." And so, my dear, the lesson I've learned in my twilight years, dignity is not given, it's claimed. Boundaries are the keys to your own heart. Let go of those who take without giving, for karma whispers justice in the quiet moments. Hold your head high and bloom where you stand. I found my peace. May you find yours before the snow falls too deep.